Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Last night, as we were chatting with folks around the conference, we became aware, excuse me, that's why, yes, I'd like to say something first, please, thank you. That the voices and thoughts and presence of folks from Ferguson were very much wanted on this stage, and today, here they are. No.
Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Thank you. Thank you all. We are glad to be here, and we hear that last night you all wanted to hear from us.
She speaks for me, not you.
We wanted you all to hear from us too. However, we were not asked to speak until today, and even still, we only have 5 minutes, so expect more. I don't feel like we should have to say this, but after last night's show, apparently I do. Conversations about Ferguson are not conversations about Ferguson if Ferguson is not at the table or on the mic. You cannot erase our experiences by not including us in the conversation. We are the movement. Lastly, we will push back on anyone who is marginalizing us and our experience in the same way that we push back on the system.
How's it going? I'm Alexis. So I heard a concern in the conversation last night about why it is so upsetting to hear all lives matter instead of Black lives matter. In regards to this Black liberation movement, it is uncomfortable for an oppressive system to hear the reaffirmation from the mouths of its people that Black lives, in fact, do matter. It's hard for this system to accept and understand the people's lives that are being hunted on a 28-hour basis by their law enforcement have a sense of worth. We say Black Lives Matter as loud as we can to rewrite the narrative of this system, to reclaim our respect in this system, and to demand the humanity of Black life. All lives matter cannot and will not be uttered until the affirmation that Black lives matter can be said without causing folks to shift in their seats. It's real. So with that being said, fuck your comfort and scream Black Lives Matter because our lives depend on it.
White people, wake the fuck up. Too many times we see movements like this and we try to co-opt them. Too many times we see movements like this and we try to ignore them. Now is not the time for that old way of doing things in the civil rights movement. You cannot merely be an ally in your own head. Your words must reflect how you feel. I was reminded recently of an old movie called The Matrix. In an early scene, someone is offered 2 different pills, blue and red. They are told if you take the blue pill, All the things that you've learned will disappear and you can go back to sleep. You can ignore all of this truth. But if you take the brave step, if you take the red pill, you will go on with the knowledge that you have taken from here today, and it'll change you forever. I implore my fellow white people and all people who identify as white or in any dominant society where they're from, please take the red pill. This movement was an alarm clock, a wake-up call to us. This is our call to action, and if you do not stay woke, if you do not stay vigilant, then you are responsible. You are the oppression. We need to own our privilege. When it comes to privilege, you must use it to lose it.
Y'all. My name is Eli Chi. I'm a 26-year-old trans masculine queer Cuban Chinese Asian American man from St. Louis, Missouri, by way of Minnesota, from the East Coast, born in Manhattan, Upper West Side. Last night, for the first time in my life, I felt my existence valued. Everything that came out, Bambi, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. Thank you for saying everything that trans community, rise up. You fucking know that it's about goddamn time. I'm sick of basic white people bullshit. I'm gonna fucking call it. I come from a grassroots organization, St. Louis Metro Trans Umbrella Group. Grassroots organization for trans people, by trans people, catering to the St. Louis metro area. I am the racial justice coordinator. It has taken me 2.5 years to finally feel empowered to start organizing queer people of color because of my internalized oppression, internalized racism. I know queer folks of color. I perform with them every fucking weekend, but I didn't feel like I could fucking talk to them. And now, I'm fucking woke as shit. We keep saying we woke. Yo, we are insomniacs now. Do not fucking fall asleep. When we say Black Lives Matter, we need to also be including trans and gender non-conforming Black lives. I am fucking over the white, cis, gay men agenda. Do not fucking come to your small grassroots organization promo, St. Louis, Missouri, and ask for money from us. To give you money for what? You will not even support us in trying. We lost funding. We put on a beautiful, amazing trans spectrum conference, a Midwest trans conference in St. Louis, Missouri, and we recently just lost our funding. And you want to be fucking real? Our president went and had conversations with Promo, and they said, you know what, we are getting money, but you know what? I don't know if we want to spend the money on that. Let that sink in. What the fuck is that shit? I hope you hear me, Promo, because that shit is fucking bogus, and I ain't got time. I do not have time to sit around and wait for yo ass to be woke. Pride St. Louis, I'm talking to you too. When we sit in a meeting because your board president posted something super transphobic that the rest of the board sent to you while you were in the hospital to help you with your sexual reassignment surgery? Excuse me? And then we call a meeting and tell you we're looking you in the eyes and telling you, empower your community. We are here as the trans community to train your board. First off, why the fuck does your trans community need to train the board for Pride? What the fuck is that shit? And then you're gonna fucking tell me that you've been talking to Mara and CTE because you need certified trainers? What the fuck does it mean to be a certified trans trainer? Fucking talk to me about my goddamn life. I'll fucking tell you my experience, my worth. But you know what? It's not my fucking job to educate your dumb ass white bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm done. I am done. And I'm not saying MTUG's been perfect, yo. I say this with love. Yo, when we started, The board was full of white trans masculine folks. I was the first person of color on there. But you know what? I've never had a board stand behind me and empower me the way that any other board has. To fucking empower me for the last 2.5 years to say, Eli, you are worth it and you are enough to fucking start organizing queer people of color. But I didn't fucking know that until now. Until now. LGB community, we fucking need you. Please invest in us. We need you. Everything. Seriously, I am like losing my fucking mind up here. I'm so fucking nervous. This is a lot. This is a lot. I just, seriously, y'all, for real. It's February 6th. It's February 6th, 2015, and already 6 trans women of color have been murdered. What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that shit? Why the fuck aren't we talking about it? Why aren't we doing it? What the fuck? That's all I'm done. I am done with basic ass white people shit. I'm fucking done. And I'm not gonna fucking wait around for you. I'm done. I'm gonna go do my own thing, and it's gonna be real with family. This right here, you wanna know what solidarity looks like? This is what solidarity looks like. Standing fucking next to them, not in front of them. And I hope, and I really, really fucking hope that you guys are really hearing me. Please, I shouldn't have to be up here begging for you to fucking invest in me, in my life. I should not be up here fucking begging while my brothers and sisters are dying and being murdered. Murdered. So yes, I'm calling you all out. white, lesbian, and gay. Not even the B. White, gay, and lesbian folks. Fucking wake up!
We say trans lives matters, we say black lives matters, but what do their lives look like under neoliberal capitalism where 95% of the wealth from the first 3 years of this crisis have gone to the hands of the 0.01%? In a country that incarcerates more people than any other nation, where 16% of trans adults are in prison or in jail, have been in prison or in jail, where nearly 267,000 LGBTQ persons are undocumented, where most of the jobs created in this so-called recovery have paid between $7 and $13 an hour. We need to fight like Sylvia Rivera, that fought to center the marginalized people of color, the LGBT people of color in this movement. We must fight like the Black Panther Party, who stood with the Gay Liberation Front and the Women's Liberation Front. We must put forward demands that represent the broad interests of oppressed people. If we are to win sexual liberation, we must link with the Black Lives Matter movement and proclaim this whole goddamn system is guilty as hell. Solidarity.
My name is Ashley Yates, and I really don't have anything to say to y'all. Are there any black folks out there? Are there any black trans folks out there? Come up here. I want my black trans folks to come up here. I want them to see y'all. Clap for them, because they beautiful. You can put Ferguson on your plenary. You can talk about trans lives without including them. You better fucking clap. And I'm so serious today.
going to say one quote from last year's opening ceremony, Laverne Cox. Loving a trans person of color is a revolutionary act.
Like I said, I wanted to concede my time, so if any of y'all want to speak, grab this motherfucker out my hand at any time, for real. On the real. The only thing I have to say is y'all know the name's Mike Brown. Y'all know the name's John Crawford, and that's for good reason. But I'm going to take my space here today to lift up the names of Goddess Edwards, Yasmin Payne, Lamia Beard, Ty Underwood, Goddess Edwards, Yasmin Payne, Lamia Beard, Ty Underwood. All of our fucking lives matter. You have another name? That's fucking sad.
Traya. Fuck, I gotta pull this out. This was last night, y'all. I don't want to disrespect her. I want to say her name right because she fucking deserves that shit. And y'all know that. Traya Gabrielle de Jesus, may she rest in power.
Hi, my name is Tony. And I'm tired of walking down the streets in Sacramento, seeing these police staring at me like I'm a goddamn criminal. Like they don't fucking know me. Like they don't know my brain. They don't know the kind-hearted person I am. All they see is my black clothes and my black skin as a weapon. My black skin as a weapon. They don't even give me a chance. Like I'm tired of walking down these streets scared. They're supposed to be here to serve and protect who? Serve and protect who? Who are they protecting? I'm tired, and we need to do better. We need to do better as the goddamn place. Like, I'm tired of seeing my white peers not giving a shit, thinking that this world protects everybody, not seeing that they're the only ones being protected. I'm not being protected by goddamn nobody. Black Lives Matter.
Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I was just eating Fritos, so I gotta wipe my mouth right quick. But I just want to take a moment to realize how much power is in this room right now. Everybody's upset, everybody's struggling, everybody's going through things, but we all took a moment to come and share this space together right now. I want everybody to take this energy with you. Because a lot of the times people get afraid to do work because they think it's going to be too much or they're not going to be able to do it for themselves. It's going to cost too much money. It's going to be too difficult. But helping trans people is so simple. It's treating us like you want to be treated out in the streets. It's not allowing your friends or your colleagues to misgender us, to disrespect us. When we get misgendered, we're hurt. Like, you guys can step up and say that's not cool. We shouldn't have to fight right next to you when we've been fighting for you for so long. So I just want to say one more time, I hope that we take this beyond this room because it's easy to get caught up in things like this. We're all here out of town, like weed is legal here. Like it's easy to get caught up in the hype of this moment, but then to go home and not do anything. We all have power. We've got smartphones. We've got social media. We can completely overhaul this shit. We are completely overhauling this shit. So I'm thankful that I got the time to speak to all of you today. I hope something I said leaves with you, and this is awesome. All lives matter. Black lives matter.
Hi, everybody. Woo! It's live. My name is Anthony. And I moved from a state that protected me to a state that literally now, if anything happens to me, a doctor can say, no, I won't treat you. No, I won't save your life. And that's not okay. And there are many, many people in the state of Michigan who face the same thing. And we don't deserve it. I've lived on this planet for 40 years, and about 29 of those I struggled trying to find a place to fit in. I still try to struggle to find that place, but it's amazing that you are all here. And please just remember that we're here, and we're not going anywhere. I've got little brothers and sisters out there that need a future to look forward to. They deserve that future. They are our future. So when you see us, embrace us and love us like we love all of you on a daily basis. Do not forget, all lives matter, especially Black trans lives matter. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Frederica Maxwell, and I am president of the Tennessee Transgender Political Coalition. And I am glad to be here in Denver this afternoon. Mile High City. Hi, y'all. But I want to encourage everybody, particularly my sisters and brothers of color. I want them to know that yes, ma'am, yes, sir, their lives do matter, and yes, they are called to do the good stuff, to fight the good fight, and keep on trucking. Do it, y'all.
Hello, everyone. I come to you so humble. And right here on this stage, we have a revolution. Yes. And I just want to say, coming here, I honestly want to be a testimony because I had a death threat on my life for just loving my partner. Someone on social media was threatening me. And I come from Detroit, so anytime you're a trans woman of color walking down the street, you can be harassed, you can be murdered. And so I came here, didn't have a dime, but I knew I had expectations. And it was so much support on getting me here, being here and being recognized. So not knowing what may happen when I go home, just the sheer fact that I'm here and I'm able to speak amongst all you beautiful people, remember the name Raquel Trammell. Because if something so happened for me loving a person that I love, then that's the death that that's what I face. That's exactly what I am. I put here, and that's all it is. But this is my everyday life. Wearing my truth, you may get murdered just for being who you are. But the thing about, don't let a life go in vain. Don't let the people that you love care about, no matter whether it's skin, race, sexual orientation, love each other. That's all we can do. This is why we're here, for this common goal. So let's know that all lives matter, especially Black trans lives matter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Reverend Eunice Coleman. I am a very proud trans man. I want everyone to know that Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Not only to you, not only to me, but to God. Clergy, we gotta do more. We gotta be better. We gotta do better. We have got to do better. They need our support. They need more than just for us to bow our heads, which is needed, but we need to be standing next to them whenever the next protest is happening. In your collar, with your stole on, Full regalia if necessary. Right? It isn't enough for us to stand next to them and they don't know who we are. Who are we? We are people of God who should be supporting everything that they need. Everything. Jobs, places to stay. And I want to say to my L and G brothers and sisters, don't forget you were all once in this predicament. And it wasn't that long ago. It's time. It's enough already. It is enough. And I will put out a prophetic word. God is not pleased. I know y'all are looking at me like, oh Lord, here we go. God, G-O-D, the G-O-D is not pleased. We must do more. And I commend our youth. I commend our youth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because what you're doing, it isn't only just for your life, it's for mine. It's also for mine. I am so proud. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Jamie Sprague-Ballou. I am here with the Trans Religious Leaders Cohort. We are a group of seminarians who are in seminary right now. And part of my work for the past 10 years has been evolved around the Transgender Day of Remembrance. I started in 2006, and it's a hard event to host because it constantly deals with death. This year we had over 200 names. How do you read 200 names? And that their deaths, the murders. We need your help. We need your voices with us. We have to be careful too, as being oppressed, that we don't become the oppressors. We have to get the message out into the churches that are preaching this hate, that it's okay to kill us, that it is not right, because we are all children of God. And however you may see your God, because we all come from different religious backgrounds. We need to stand together in unity. I will not lay to rest this cause until there is no more violence. I have constructed a wall the past 6 years that shows all the lives of the victims. And it stands on 2x4 sheets of plywood. Last year it took 5 sheets of wood to display the 200 names. It has to stop. Will you help us?
Well, actually, I would rather you not as a sis do. Is that cool? Can we just concede for the margin? Black Lives Matter. 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 Black Lives Matter.
That's not my name. And everybody walked off of this stage being so real and so honest, saying that Black Lives Matter, and every single person just stood up and shouted that and yelled that from their hearts. But I want you to hear all of these people on the side that just walked off say Black Lives Matter, and I want you to stop and listen. And I want you to actually listen to those words, Black Lives Matter, because they do. And we can say them and we can act like we believe them, but until we listen to them and they get into our heads and they get into our hearts, then we know that Black Lives Matter, and then we know this shit will stop.